from Meerut to Delhi. What are the main causes of the revolt of 1857? First cause, (1824), the Sipais were told to go to Burma by the sea route to fight for the company. They refused to follow the order, though they agreed to go by the land route. They were severely punished. And since the issue did not die down, in 1856 the company passed a new law which stated that every new person who took up employment in the company's army had to agree to serve overseas if required. From Meerut to another second important reason, that is execution of Mangal Pandey from Meerut to Delhi. On 29th March 1857, young soldier Mangal Pandey was hanged to death for attacking his officers in Barakpur. Some days later, some Sipais of the regiment at Meerut refused to do the army drill using the new cartridges, which was suspected of being coated with the fat of cows and pigs. 85 Sipais were dismissed from service and sentenced to 10 years in jail for disobeying their officers. And this happened on 9th May 1857. That is the immediate reason for the revolt of 1857. The rebellion spreads. How it spreads? Spread of the rebellion. Here we can see the political map of India on the during the revolt of 1857 Indian states. The nodal points are Delhi, Kanpur and Lucknow. In Kanpur, who took the lead role? Nana Sahib, the adopted son of the late Peshwa Bajirao, lived near Kanpur, gathered armed forces and expelled the British garrison from the city. In Jhansi, Rani Lakshmi Bai joined the rebel Sipais and fought the British along with the Tandia Top, the general of Nana Sahib in the Mandala region of Madhya Pradesh. Rani Avanti Bai took the lead role. Then another important person, Ahmadullah Shah. Ahmadullah Shah was a Maulavi from Faizabad. He prophesied that the end of the rule of the British was imminent. Large number of supporters rallied behind him, and he came to Lucknow to fight the British. Then Bakhtagan, a soldier from Bareilly, took charge of a large force of fighters who came to Delhi. He became the key military leader of the rebellion. Then Kanwar Singh joined the rebel Sipais and battled with the British for many months. Kanwar Singh, an old Zemindar from Bihar. These are the main leaders. Then comes the aftermath of the revolt of 1857. Aftermath. The British had regained control of the country by the end of 1859. But they could not carry on ruling the land with the same policies anymore. Given below are the important changes here that are marked with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 points are given. First one. The British Parliament passed a new act in 1858 and transferred the powers of the East India Company to the British Crown in order to ensure a more responsible management of Indian affairs. A member of the British cabinet was appointed Secretary of State for India and made responsible for all matters related to the governance of India. The Governor General of India was given the title of Viceroy, that is the personal representative of the Crown. Through these measures, the British government accepted direct responsibility for ruling India. Second point, all ruling chief of the country were assured that their territory would never be annexed in future. And the third point, it was decided that the proportion of the Indian soldiers in the army would be reduced and the number of European soldiers would be increased. And the fourth, the land and property of Muslims was confiscated on a large scale. And the Muslims, they were treated with suspicion and hostility. And they believed that, the British believed that they were responsible for the rebellion in a big way. That is why they confiscated their land and property. Then fifth point, the British decided to respect the customary religious and social practices of the people in India. Policies were made to protect landlords and zemindars and give them security of rights over their lands. Thus, a new phase of history began after 1857. Here comes the summary. When East India Company established power in India, it affected the life of Indian kings, queens, peasants, landlords, tribals and soldiers in many ways. Many of the rulers revolted against the policies enforced by the British. Even the peasants and the zemindars lost all their power after the Nawabs and the rulers. Sipais, they were unhappy about their pay, allowances and conditions of service. After the British established power in India, they passed many laws to reform the Indian society. The British were shaken by this rebellion that began spread all over India. And by the end of 1859, the British regained control over the subcontinent. And the British decided to respect the customary and the social practices of the Indian people. And policies that were made to protect landlords and zemindars and give them security of rights over their lands. Okay, that's all about this lesson. The Riverine people rebel. The revolt of 1857, two causes that already given. Then the leaders of the revolt of 1857. Then comes the last part, aftermath. Okay, after effect of the revolt of 1857, some new policies that were introduced by the British government. And through these policies or through these measures, the British government accepted direct responsibility for ruling India. Please read the portion that is given in the textbook.